The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Damiere Byrd returning it. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Patriots nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Byrd now ready to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball carrier.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd and 2, Newton. He completes it right side to White. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Newton. He'll buy some time right. Got his man, that's Harry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Brought him down. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Newton. That's complete to Butler. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 20.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the ground, Michelle. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target. 3rd down here.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On the return is Peterson. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dante Hightower able to record his 5th sack of the season. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Andy Lee in punt formation for the Cardinals.
don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Devon Kennard. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A play fake to Michelle. Now Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Intercepted by
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
on the carry.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
19-yard
Well,
line.
they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown.
Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
His kick is good.
And his kick is right
Makes the
through.
score Cardinals 21, Patriots 9.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 43 in the mark. Watch the slant.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Hassan Reddick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he stopped immediately there.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Play action. It's Newton. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now it's Peterson. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10, Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 89 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Makes it second.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sony Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
36-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Michel. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He was brought down by Patrick Peterson.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. Open man completes it to Butler. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Cardinal first down.
On first down, Drake. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
On the ground with a tight end. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jordan Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And it's up and good.
The score, Cardinals 35, Patriots 9.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now Michelle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And inches at the 42-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
At the 17-yard line.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Murray has the first down and more. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
They'll go option to the short side, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Shotgun now from Murray. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, there's young guys who can move around a lot. They keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
To me, the defense is a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Here we go. Here we go. Money in the bank, baby.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down, Arizona.
Now Murray off play action.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
At the 2-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Cards continue to pour it on. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Cardinals 44, Patriots 9.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Again, it's Michel. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Newton on 1st down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It's the man traded by the Patriots, Chandler Jones, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
New England on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar.
And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Demir Bird with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The Patriots take over.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game instead of being able to shut the door. It's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
No gain on the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On 3rd down, Michel. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
1-yard line.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Mike, here we go. 60 Eagle. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel
with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Is good.
And his kick is good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Cardinals 51, Patriots 23.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bird now ready to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off play action. Newton. He's going to let it fly. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. After the turnover, here's Murray. And now here is another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Patriots.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On the toss, Drake going left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Patriots.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?